Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the new device from Fiio, the Snowsky Tiny USB DAC. And man, this thing really is tiny. So there are actually two different versions of this device. So you get obviously the 3.3mm headphone jack, and what you get on the other side depends on if you get the Tiny A, which is what I have, or the Tiny B. The Tiny A, as you can see, has USB-C, so that you can do fast charging and listen to your music at the same time without having to get a separate adapter. The Tiny B, instead of having the charging port here, will have 4.4mm balanced connection, so you can connect your balanced headphones into it. I love the form factor of this thing already, because most portable USB DACs are, the dongles that, hang around and kind of get in the way if you're trying to, shove your phone in your pocket and walk around and listen to music. It's a little bit annoying to have the extra little bit with the dongling around, so this will just plug right into the bottom of your phone, and it's going to be basically all in the same unit. And this thing is only $21 on Amazon in the US, and it's got a lot of flagship features for a device that is priced that low. For example, just looking at the product page here, go back to the top, it's got 10-band parametric EQ. Okay, not a feature you see on devices this cheap. It also has high-res output, PCM up to 384 kilohertz, DSD 256. So you get high res with DSD, you get 4.4mm balanced, and you get a 10-band parametric EQ. You usually have to pay upwards of $50 to $100 to get features like that. So this is a really neat little device. Let's go ahead and take a look at it again. So it comes with this nice little USB cover. Okay, so as you can see, I've got it plugged in. The light is on. So there is no, I wish they included like a QR code or a link on the website to the actual app itself, but you'll just have to look it up on the App Store to find it. It's just the Fiio Control app. There are two different Fiio apps as well. There's like a Fiio Music app as well. So just make sure you get the Control app. I've already installed it. Let's open it up. Now you're gonna add a new device, and if it's already plugged in, you should see right up here the Snowsky Tiny A. There you go. Now you've added your device, and now you can change the settings here. So you can change it from UAC 2.0 to UAC 1.0. So you do that if you wanted to plug this into Nintendo Switch or PS5. You would plug this into your phone first, get this app, and then change it to UAC 1.0 so that it'll work on those other devices. Indicator light. So you see this guy? You can actually, you see that light? You can, in fact, turn it off. Pretty cool. I think I'll leave mine on though. And then inline microphone. So another cool feature is it does support inline controls. So if you've got headphones that got like a volume button or a play, pause, next track button, you can use those and it'll work. And you can, if it has a microphone, you can turn that thing off if you want to. EQ. So here's the EQ. You gotta turn it on to be able to mess with anything. Let's see. Let's choose one of these that you can edit with the pencil next to it. And yep, there you go. You can move it around. All right, switching over to the next tab, audio. So you can adjust the volume here. You can either do 60 amps or 120B. I'm not actually sure what the difference is there. It looks like it's about the same bit that you can adjust. So like if I go all the way up, it's not like you're getting any extra headroom or anything. It's the same thing basically. Not sure what that is. But that's an option. You can also change the stereo balance of your headphones if you need to for whatever reason. And then the guide is the last tab on here. Is just, showing you the basically a map of the device itself, some extra information. Now let's go ahead and we're going to plug in a pair of headphones, and we're going to plug in USB. Okay, both plugged in. You can see charging rapidly. So the fast charging does work while it is connected to the headphones and everything. Now, full disclosure, I've already, messed around with this thing, and this device that I have here, this is a DAC. This is a digital audio player. This is basically a modern iPod. It runs on a very old version of Android, so it does not like when I plug in the charger at the same time. So I really can't use the charger feature on this device. This is, and I tested it. It works perfectly fine on my phone, which I can't show you because I'm using that to record. But I thought it was maybe an issue with the device itself, where it was, not working with the charger, but it's this device. I tested it with my PC as well. I mean, obviously you can't plug in a charger with your PC, but as far as functionality is concerned, it should work on pretty much everything. This is just an exception. There's nobody in the world's going to use this with this because this already has balanced outputs. I just wanted to use it to demonstrate. But as far as the chip, there's one weird thing, is that there's no information on what chip they use. I scrolled through this whole thing. I looked through the booklets and shit they gave me, and there's no information on what DAC chip they are using. People have been wondering. Nobody's taken this thing apart to figure it out, and Fiio won't tell you what it is. So that is a little weird, but I can tell you, it does play DSD natively. It sounds great. It sounds perfectly fine. It gets nice and loud too, so you should be able to plug it into whatever headphone you want. I just had this plugged into my HD600s, and those aren't the hardest headphones to drive in the world, but they were able to get them way higher than necessary. I really do think that this thing is a game changer, just because, again, for this low of a price point, it has a lot of premium features, and it's just so much more convenient to carry around in your pocket than to have an extra dongle hanging from your phone. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this product. It sounds great. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, it's all the nice little audiophile buzzwords that people use. I can't describe what this sounds like. It sounds good to me. I'm not hearing any issues. There's no noise. It's very quiet. Once again, no distortion. Plays everything that you need basically natively. I highly recommend it, and I think that this is going to cause a bit of a disruption in the audio space, because, once again, these features are going to be hard to find at this price point. I've never seen them. I've never seen anything that was $20 that had balanced output, that had a parametric EQ, that had native DSD capability. That's just kind of crazy. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend buying this. Let me just look here and see if there's anything else we need to look at, just to double check. There it is with your Nintendo Switch. There's the I was trying to look everywhere to find the DAC chip, and it's nowhere to be found. But yeah, it should work with just about everything that it advertises to work on. It should work on your Android devices. It should work on your Apple devices. It should work on your Nintendo Switch. It should work on your PS5. And it's going to sound better than just plugging it into whatever headphone jack. If you have a headphone jack, most phones don't come with headphone jacks anymore. So $20 for this thing, $20. That is really, really good. I can't recommend this thing enough.